All right, folks, welcome back to another episode. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of banking. Yes, banking. You might think it's boring, but trust me, it's anything but. Think about it. Every time you swipe your card or check your balance, there's a whole universe of financial mechanics at play. So let's kick things off with a question. How big of a deposit can you make to your savings account?
Wait, is there a limit? Can I just, dump a ton of cash in there?
Great question. So typically, there's no maximum limit on how much you can deposit into a savings account. It's more about what the bank allows. For instance, if you're depositing cash, you can usually put in as much as you want. But if it's a check, there might be some holds on it until it clears. It's like when you're at a buffet, right? You can pile your plate high, but you might not be able to finish it all.
Haha, right. So, if I put in a huge check, do I have to wait for it to clear before I can use that money? That sounds kind of annoying.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. It's all about the clearing process. Banks want to make sure that the funds are actually there before you can access them. It's like waiting for your favorite show to drop a new season. You can't binge it until it's available.
Oh man, I hate waiting. So what about interest rates? How do they work with savings accounts?
Interest rates. They're like the cherry on top of your savings sundae. When you deposit money, the bank pays you interest as a way to encourage you to keep your money there. It's like renting out your money to the bank. The rates can vary widely, though. Some banks offer higher rates to attract customers, while others might be lower.
So, if I have a low interest rate, does that mean I'm basically losing money? Laughs. That sounds so unfair.
In a way, yes. If inflation is higher than your interest rate, your money's purchasing power is decreasing over time. It's like having a balloon that slowly deflates. You think you have a lot of air, but it's actually shrinking.
Wow, that's a wild analogy. So what if I want to take out a loan? How does that work?
Loans. They're a bit like borrowing a friend's favorite video game. You get to enjoy it, but you have to return it later, plus some extra for the trouble. When you take out a loan, the bank gives you money upfront, and you pay it back over time with interest. It's crucial to build your credit history, though, because that's what helps you get approved for loans in the future.
Oh, I see. So, if I don't pay it back on time, what happens? That sounds kind of scary.
Well, that's where things can get tricky. If you're late, interest will be charged, and it can really add up. It's like missing a deadline for a project. You might get a penalty, and it can affect your future opportunities.
Yikes, that sounds intense. So, what about ATMs? Can I just use any ATM, or do I have to stick to my banks? Laughs.
Great question. You can use any ATM, but be careful, there might be fees involved, especially if it's not your bank's machine. It's like going to a fancy restaurant. You can eat there, but you might pay a premium for the experience.
Haha, I love that. So, if I want to transfer money to another account, is that easy? I hope it is.
Absolutely. Most banks have online banking options that make transferring money super simple. It's like sending a text message, just a few clicks, and voila!
Wow, that's so convenient. And, can I get a new credit card anytime?
Well, you can apply for a new credit card whenever you want, but it's important to consider your credit score and financial situation. It's like trying to get into an exclusive club. You need to meet certain criteria to get in.
Oh man, I didn't think about that. So what if I want to exchange foreign currency? That sounds complicated.
Currency exchange. That's a whole other adventure. You can usually do that at banks or exchange services, but the rates can vary. It's like trading Pokemon cards. You want to make sure you're getting a good deal?
Haha, I love Pokemon. So, what's the exchange rate for dollars to euros right now?
It fluctuates daily based on market conditions, but you can easily check that online or at your bank. It's like checking the weather before you head out. You want to be prepared?
Wow, this is all so interesting. I had no idea banking could be so, engaging. Laughs.
Exactly. It's all about understanding how your money works for you. And remember, the more you know, the better decisions you can make.
Right. So, what's the best way to keep track of all this?
Great question. Keeping a budget and regularly checking your statements can help you stay on top of your finances. It's like maintaining a garden. You have to tend to it regularly to see it flourish.
Wow, I love that analogy. This has been super enlightening. Laughs.
I'm glad you think so. Remember, folks, banking doesn't have to be boring. It's all about making informed choices and having fun with your finances.